Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, May 14th, 2013. This is Talk to Me Tuesday, number 93. Sorry, there are not going to be any outtakes this week. I just deleted everything because I ran out of taping space on my camera. So, I am going to try this one last time. Not a whole lot to show this week. Couple things I can't show. One of them because it was gifted to someone already. I will put a picture of that at the end of the video. And the other because it will be gifted to someone, so I don't want to show it. I don't want it to give any hint as to what it is and to who it might possibly be going to. So, update on my cardigan. I have decided to just add a stitch. I spent another hour plus looking and looking and looking, and I'm not finding a drop stitch. And the only place I can think there could possibly been an accidental decrease, it was either on the very edge or where you turn on the short rows and go back the first time through. So I'm not really going to worry about it. It's for me, so if something happens, it'll be in my possession and I'll be able to fix it. If it was something that was going to be sold or gifted, I would be obligated to take the work out until I find the mistake and start over from there. So, but that's okay. Like I said, it's for me, so I'll be able to fix it. My sock is almost complete, but not quite, so you'll see that next week. The one thing I can't show you and will have to include a pic at the end of is what is called a coffee cupcake cozy. It was a pattern that was linked on my Facebook page. Unfortunately, it was only available for 48 hours, and that was Sunday, so I decided that I was going to make it for my son's girlfriend for Mother's Day. She does have it in her possession. I did make two changes. The first change was I omitted gluing on the little pom-poms for the sprinkles and opted to use beads instead. And I omitted the cherry that she makes for on the front, and I actually had my daughter write on a tiny bead her name, and I put that on instead. So I wanted something that if it needs to be washed, it can be safely thrown in and washed, and pom-poms won't be falling off. And I thought putting her name on was a little more personal. So other than that, what do I have that is completed that I can show you? First off, one of the projects that I have done for the challenge is to make a pair of crocheted sandals. And here they are. It's a very simple pattern, very straightforward. I did make two changes to this. First off, she only uses one thickness. I did two. Secondly, I changed where things begin and end on here because I wasn't liking the way it was going to end up if I didn't make the change, and it would also mean flipping one of the sandals so that the wrong side was facing out, and I didn't really want to do that. So just a couple little changes, but I love them. I'm actually thinking of making a couple more pairs because my feet personally do not like to be covered up in the summertime, and these work absolutely perfect, and I have been wearing them ever since I made them, so definitely have to make a couple more pairs. The next thing I have to show is a project that my daughter and I worked on together. She was sitting at the table and she drew this little thing, and of course I told her she had to add a body and arms and legs, and when she was done with the drawing I actually told her, well, now crochet it. And of course the response was, I can't do that. So I told her to choose the colors she wanted to make it with, and as she did the crocheting, I created a pattern for it. And our newest creation with mother-daughter collaboration is what we call our mochi mushroom people. And here's mine, using the same pattern. This is Numa. My daughter, of course, came up with that name. They're very cute. I haven't completed Numa. I don't know if I want to put spots on her head for the mushroom, or I was actually thinking a suggestion my daughter made was maybe make a butterfly to set on her head. On mine, which is different than hers, I did put the little hands and feet on, whereas she didn't on hers. So if she does her video, you'll actually see the very first one of these made. But I thought she was just absolutely adorable, and she's just got a piece of yarn I stuck in her hand for absolutely no reason but to put it there. So this is Numa. I am going to show you what I got for Mother's Day, because the thing that my daughter gave me, she wanted to make me one of these. So she chose the colors, and she had it sitting on the table, and she was going to actually cut little circles of black felt to put on it for the mushroom spots. And she had one on it, and I'm looking at it, and because of this, where it was sitting, I was like, oh my god, that would look so cute if it had a beret on it. So I would like to introduce you all to who I call Plume and my daughter calls Plum. She says, bonjour, this is Plume. She is wearing her little beret on her head, and I absolutely adore her. I think she came out so great and so absolutely adorable. When I mentioned the beret, my daughter was like, I don't know how to make one of those. So, of course, I was telling her how to make it. And her and my son were sitting there saying, oh, that's going to be too big. This is going to be too big. I was like, will you just shut up and do what I tell you to do? And I think it came out perfect. And then we made this little like heart-shaped thing to put on the front of her. So I love her. So this is Plume and this is Numa. And they are new creations we will be making more of and putting in our little Facebook shop. If anyone is interested, you can just message us and let us know, and that would be on Deranged Delightz. But we have other ideas to make other ones. Once we work those ideas out, you'll see them cropping up as well. So the only other things I got for Mother's Day, my youngest one and his girlfriend brought over this absolutely gorgeous bag. I love butterflies, and I think this is so pretty. And I was surprised because instead of using your regular colors of tissue paper, they used black. I thought that was like really cool, because most people it's pinks and purples and blues, and it's always got to be something bright. They never think to use black, so that was really cool. So what did they get me? They got me this dark forest green skein of yarn. They got me this, it's black with white specks yarn, and this is actually like a sock weight yarn, so I should be able to make a pair of socks out of that, I hope. And they also got me this mixed fiber skein, which has, thank you son, has browns and tans and orange in it. So I'm really hoping I'll be able to get a pair of socks out of each one. If not, then I'll just combine the two. And then they also got me a set of knitting needles and a crochet hook as well. So, and all of us crafters know you can never have too many of a good thing. And then my oldest one, my other love of my life, is chocolate. He bought me this Lint's Excellence 85% cocoa candy bar. Anybody who knows, this is a very bitter chocolate, because of course it's 85% cocoa, which means a lot less sugar in it. But this is excellent for hot cocoa for me, because what I do is I take like 2 squares of it, I put it in some hot milk, I throw a couple marshmallows in there, I mix it all together really good, and it makes the perfect cup of cocoa, because I don't like my cocoa super sweet to begin with. And then he also bought me this big, huge, giant Hershey Special Dark chocolate bar. And his reasoning behind buying the big bars instead of individual, little bars in a package was because Mom tends to share her chocolate, and he wanted to make sure I kept it for myself. Doesn't mean I can't break off a piece and share it, but yeah, so I thought that was great. And my other son is currently doing online courses for school, so he doesn't have a job at this time, but he usually gets Mom something when he has money left over from school when he's paid for everything, so, which is fine. I'm happy, just with nothing really. But it was an excellent Mother's Day all together, so. But other than that, before this video gets too long, I'm going to call it quits. I want to thank everybody really quick for the wonderful comments on last week's video. I threw a couple outtakes at the end, and I was really surprised at the wonderful response I got. So yeah, it's not something you'll see every week, but you know, every so often I'll pop a few in there when I know we all could use a really good laugh. Other than that, I look forward to watching everyone's videos. I hope you all have a wonderfully crafty week and a wonderfully crafty weekend. I do believe tomorrow starts the Doctor Who Stitch Along on Fandom and Stitches, so if you like to embroider or you want to learn to embroider, you can pop on over there. They do have links for, you know, videos you can watch to teach you how to do the different embroidery stitches. And if you're a Doctor Who fan, what better thing to do than make yourself a nice Doctor Who embroidered whatever. So yeah, I'll put the link for Fandom and Stitches in the description as well. So other than that, you know, for me, I'm out of here. For you, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever it is. I really do hope it's a great one. I'll see you all next week. Bye.